was Dan Fogelberg's Run for the Roses. Isn't that just the perfect soundtrack to get you ready for your Derby Day bash? And like Dan sings it, it's high time for all of Kentucky to join in the dance.
The first Saturday in May, a day to celebrate, because nothing brings out the best in Kentucky like Derby Day. While you get ready for your Derby party, we'd like to invite you to LEX18's 15th annual Kentucky Derby celebration. Please join us for our day-long coverage of the festivities from the world-famous home of the Derby, Churchill Downs. Dress is anything that makes you feel good, from the sublime to, well, you know. Of course, fancy hats for the ladies are a fashion must. There will be refreshments, all manner of food and drink.
It tastes like the Kentucky Derby in a cup.
Entertainment, games of chance, a sing-along, and of course, what is arguably the greatest horse race in the world, the Run for the Roses. So wherever you are, whatever your Derby plans may be, remember, you're on our guest list. And as always, on the first Saturday in May, do take some time to stop and smell the roses.
First turn.
Down to the wire, the Kentucky Derby.
Good afternoon. I'm Nancy Cox.
And I'm Kevin Christopher. Thanks for coming along for the ride again. LEX18 has just one final hour to go before we turn race coverage over to NBC, but it is jam-packed with everything from previews of Derby contenders to lots of fun with race fans, celebrities on the red carpet, and we're going to give you a real close look at the horse that everybody's been talking about now for a long time, Bob Baffert's American Pharoah. But of course, a major factor in this Derby and all Derbies, the weather.
We saw them spraying down the track just a bit ago. We expect it to be a fast one, but let's see what the latest weather has in store for us. Let's go up top to Bill Meck, Chief Meteorologist, with your Storm Tracker forecast.
I'll tell you, the forecast about as perfect as the Open that Kevin and Dave Medley put together. Guys, that is a 15-year treat to watch those things, so I'm just sending out a nice, good job on that, because, again, always terrific. I was told to keep weather basically to a word up here. Simple enough. Perfect. It's warm, it's sunny. Right now, things are looking dry, and it looks like it will stay that way as well. You couldn't ask for anything better. Temperatures are way in the 70s. The air is dry, and just a little wind. That was more than one word, but you get the idea. I'm yakking a little bit too much up here, so now it's time to send it down to the paddock and the one and only Todd Schrupp.
Yakety yak, Bill Meck. I was told to be basic, as the kids would say, and I'm coming through on that. Let's take a look at the odds for the Kentucky Derby. And looking at materiality, who is your Florida Derby winner? We had Avery Johnson saying he was looking at that horse. Well, he's looking at a pretty good price, 14-1. Danzig Moon, Mark Cassie's horses are running lights out right now. Don't dismiss Danzig Moon, even though last time out he was a kind of a distant second to Carpe Diem. Mubtahij, which means exaltation in Arabic, yes, would be quite a celebration overseas if this horse won. Christophe Soumi on aboard, who's won races all over the world, Dubai World Cups, Prix de l'Arc des Triomphes, Japan Cups, said if he won the Kentucky Derby, it would be the biggest thrill of his life. Frosted, your Wood Memorial winner, is definitely a horse on the improve with Joel Rosario aboard. A good price on him at 9-1. But we still find our favorite American Pharoah, but not a heavy favorite. The 18 American Pharoah sits up on the board right now at 3-1. And then there is Fermento. Do not adjust your television set, especially since we're in HD. That's 82-1. And I heard a rumor that Alan Cutler's buying into that 82-1 because of Nick Zito. AC, Keith, is that true?
He's taking retirement.
No, I love Zick, but no, I'm not betting his horse. Not happening. Hey, it's always a little thing, but not so little. You like to see if a horse has ever been at Churchill and won. This long shot is 1-for-1 at Churchill Downs.
And not quite the long shot that we just saw with Fermento, but War Story. Let's take a look at it. Horse number 16 in the Derby. If you're like me, you always like to see a horse that wins over the Churchill Downs dirt. Good news, War Story has done that in his career. Bad news, he did it in a maiden race back in November of 2014. After winning his first two races, War Story has had a tough time matching up with International Star. finishing second and third to the other Derby contender. The most recent, a third in the Louisiana Derby.
International star over Stanford in the Louisiana Derby. War Story was third.
War Story put in his final work over the Churchill Downs track 10 days out from the race. It was a modest 5 furlongs in 1:02. Remember, American Pharoah did the same distance 4 seconds faster. Does that mean War Story doesn't stand a chance in the Derby? No, says his trainer, Tom Amos. He says War Story is just very similar to former Philadelphia 76er Allen Iverson.
He's a gamer. You know, in practice, he kind of is lethargic and just does his thing, but in the afternoon, he knows the difference. So when you got a guy like Allen Iverson saying practice, you know, that's what my horse says. He just says it in a different language.
But when they take off, it's like a different athlete.
Yeah, no, he likes competition. He understands competition, and he likes to live up to it.
Practice? We're talking practice? We're not talking practice today. Today's the real thing, so if there is one that might turn it on, it very well could be War Story. Still a great price for you. Joe Talamo aboard for the 40-1 shot War Story.
And if this horse doesn't do anything today, he's going to earn a lot of money for his connections. It's a nice horse in the right spot. Let's go back to Kevin and Nancy.
All right, thanks, guys. You know, a lot of celebrities are already here, even though we're still a couple hours away from the big one, and they're inside and enjoying a fun day on Millionaires Row, as is their custom.
But not before stopping by on the red carpet and talking to our Brianna Gilroy.
Yeah, this is the place to be. We're here on the red carpet at Churchill Downs. This is the last stop celebrities will make before taking their seats for the big race. So we had to stop him and talk about all this excitement.
We have one. We have one. One year we almost won really big.
We did the where you pick 7. What is it?
We did a boxed superfecta or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and it was a pretty fun. It's fun.
Now,
it's all in good fun.
Do you have a strategy, or are you like me and you just kind of pick the name that you like?
It's an instinct. I think the name goes with the instinct. So the strategy is that. Yes. I think if you look too much at the logistics of it, you'll drive yourself crazy because every horse is here for a reason. Every horse has their strong suits, and every horse deserves to be in this Derby. So you just got to go with your gut.
She's pretty good at picking them, though. I should stick with her.
Nervous at all to sing the national anthem, or
I'm excited. You know, I'm sure you always get nerves before you go out there, but honestly, I'm just so honored to have been asked that I'm just going to try to do it well and try to start the race off right, and hopefully people enjoy it.
I cannot wear that much white because I will spill on myself. I mean, is that a concern at all? Is that a question?
You just put it in the universe. We didn't say spill all day. Now watch, I'm going to spill something on myself. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
I'm going to go to LEX18 in Lexington and get that reporter.
All your fault. It's all right.
Of course, there's so much energy and excitement here. Everybody's getting ready to go inside and take their seats, and we'll have a lot more coming up on LEX18 News. Don't go anywhere.
There's much more ahead on LEX18 special coverage of Derby 141.
Including more race fans who are just absolutely dressed to the nines out here at Churchill Downs. We'll be back in a sec.
Welcome back to LEX18 special coverage of Derby Day. I'm Josh Breslow, and this is Kristen Flum. She needs no introduction.
Oh, please. Well, from elegant to downright wild and crazy, you never know what you're going to see when it comes to fashion here at the Downs. We're talking hats versus fascinators now. And thank you, Kate Middleton, for marrying Prince William back in 2009 and introducing America to the fascinator, because they make it so much easier on me. Take a look at what we found when we chatted with the ladies around the Downs today.
Yesterday was the Fascinator Day. We just decided to go big or go home this year.
How do you feel about the Hatnator?
I love it. It's light. I don't have to worry about it blowing off my head. Yesterday I wore a big hat and it was a little breezy and I had to worry about it. I feel like I don't have to worry about it today. Why that, not a hat?
Flower Fascinator. You have a little more flexibility. I felt like I was bonging into people a little bit yesterday. Now I can get really close for pictures.
I think that the Fascinator, it's more portable. The hats kind of bump into different people and kind of blows off. So I like the style of it, and it's easier to wear.
Well, this is actually our first time visiting here, so we're from California, so we just wanted to do it right.
I agree. The Fascinators are simpler, except for this one, which I swear weighs about 5 pounds. It doesn't look it. It looks really light, but it is so heavy.
Well, I was telling you, I do not understand the difference.
One's a hat, big brim, small Fascinator. Goes on a headband.
looks the same. And if I had to pick one, I don't really know which one I'd pick. Probably that because it looks cool.
That's why you don't.
True story.
On a beautiful day in Louisville, you are looking at a live picture of the infield here at Churchill Downs. Forget Millionaires Row. Forget rubbing elbows with all the famous people who come to watch the Derby. That's where you like to be.
That is where I love to be, and I've been there for 3 years now. This was my 3rd year doing that. That's where the party is. That is where everyone has the most fun, and you can just walk up to people, and it's like your brothers, like your friends. You're just best friends with the people out there. And so we all know that some of the people out there have maybe had a little bit too much to drink, so, you know, having a good time. So we decided we would test their Derby trivia out there. Take a look. What is the official drink of the Kentucky Derby?
Mint julep. The mint julep. Mint julep. Mint julep.
What is the official drink of the Kentucky Derby?
The mint julep. Score.
Who won the Kentucky Derby last year?
California Chrome. California Chrome. California Chrome.
Who won the Kentucky Derby last year?
California Chrome.
Oh my gosh, is that it?
That is it. He's got it.
He's over here.
The race is known as the greatest what?
Horse race in the world? Show on earth.
The race is known as the greatest what?
2 minutes in sports.
And you said you didn't know anything. Who wrote the song My Old Kentucky Home?
Neil Diamond.
Molly Crew. No, I know this one. Her Banger's Ball. Wayne Newton.
Who wrote My Old Kentucky Home?
Stephen Foster.
Who is going to win the Derby this year?
Oh boy, American Pharaoh.
Dartman.
That him.
I don't remember how to say it. Carpe Diem.
Who is going to win the Kentucky Derby this year?
Frost. Frosted.
American Pharaoh.
I was proud of them. They were all pretty smart.
Yeah, those were good. All right, well, we saw a proposal up here on the 4th floor. It's also going to be a very special day for another couple. They're going to remember Derby Day 2015.
That they will. Macy Insko joins us live to share their special story. Macy?
That's right. And to give you kind of the backstory on this, it was an LEX18 viewer who emailed us. She said that she had a friend out in Utah whose son was coming to the Derby his first time. He was bringing his girlfriend and wanted to propose. So this took about a month and a half of planning. Here's the end result. I'll start with you. Just kind of tell me why you wanted to come to the Derby and what makes it so special.
It's pretty cool. There's a lot of people here. It's crazy. I didn't imagine this many people being here. And what makes it special? I don't know. It's pretty crazy how it's been here for 141 years. It's been 141 years, right? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's cool.
And everybody has a good time, clearly. Yeah. What about you? What makes it so special?
Just that it's the first time we've ever been here, so it's exciting.
Well, there's something else exciting too if you turn around behind you.
I love you so much. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me? Now you're happy? Everyone got chicken?
We've known about this the whole time. You were kind of set up. Talk to me a little bit. I mean, congratulations first. Did you expect this in any way?
No, not at all. I'm shaking.
We had to leave the chicken stand. We were sitting in the middle of a chicken stand, and I was like, we gotta go. And she was mad because we left pretty early.
Well, congratulations again, guys. So I'm sure this, not only was it your first time, I'm sure now it's even more special.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
And I'll tell you, I might have been more nervous than DeMont was. Again, this took a couple months of planning, and even though we had a meeting time and we knew what everyone was wearing, there are tons of people here, so it was like, okay, let's just scope out the crowd. We were trying to find them, and it did. It worked out, and I wish DeMont and Jasmine a lifetime of happiness.
Welcome back to Churchill Downs, where all eyes are on this track, and very soon a new superstar will be crowned in the horse racing world. Did you have a winning ticket for that 8th race that just went
I did not, no.
Because we're sitting here, we're not betting.
I'm not anywhere near a window. But maybe TVG's Todd Schruff did. He joins us in the paddock with the recap. Hey, Todd.
Yeah, we were talking, Kevin and Nancy, that it was a very good betting race. The Distaff Turf Mile with a lot of possibilities. Turning for home, Tepin had a tepid lead. Here's how Travis Stone called it.
As the field turns for home, it's Tepin in front. Made on a mission on the outside. Coffee Click right there in behind. Sandiva's trying to find a way out. She's in behind horses. On the far outside, here comes Lady Laura diving down toward the rail. Kiss Moon is also there. 1 furlong to go. Still Tepin. Tepin by 2. Coffee Click's trying to get by, but Tepin is digging down deep and is holding on. And Julien Leperoux and Tepin have won. A length.
Hopefully you're listening to our preview of this race when we talked about Mark Cassidy had said earlier in the week he expected a big performance from Tepin. He got that from this daughter of Bernstein out of the Stravinsky mare Life Happened, and bred by Mackmore Hall in Kentucky, owned by Robert E. Masterson, ridden to victory by Julien Leperoux. Tepin takes the Distaff Turf Mile and a nice price, $20.20.
You're watching LEX18 at the Derby. Exclusive coverage of the 140th Run for the Roses, live from Churchill Downs.
I'm Dia Davidson alongside Lee Cruz. We want to really quickly thank Dillard's, of course, Keeneland and Christine A. Moore for outfitting all of the on-air talent today. And I think we look pretty good, don't you?
I think you look fantastic.
Yeah,
People accusing me of crowding your hat, but she had to get a building permit to wear it. I mean, it's a large hat.
But you know what? Food. Besides the clothing,
delicious.
big deal.
And not just the races, the competition, because as Kelsey Borza is telling us, there is another competition. I think this may be the 4th annual. Yeah, doing with hamburgers, right, Kelsey?
Oh, yes. This competition is part of the Kentucky Derby Festival. I had no idea what all goes into that festival. This competition actually happened about a month ago, and there were 60 contestants that all submitted their very own burger. The Blueberry Bourbon Burger takes home the prize for this year's Derby Burger Challenge. The creator, Sarah Algier, a baker from Louisville. Since last month's competition, the Kentucky Beef Council has been cooking up the burger for Derby events.
So this was selected as the winner, I think, because it mixes the perfect combination of sweet and salty.
Let's get to cooking. First, you'll need ground beef and salt.
And then we're going to add some blueberries. These are dried blueberries that we've just soaked in just your favorite bourbon. So just lightly incorporate it, toss those ingredients around.
Once you cook the patty, it's time for the toppings. A one-of-a-kind maple bourbon aioli.
So just any regular mayonnaise. We're going to put that in there. And then we're going to do about 1/3 cup or to taste of the maple bourbon.
Add the burger to your favorite bun and you're almost done.
We're going to give it a good topping of this maple bourbon aioli. We're going to add some sharp cheddar cheese to that. I'm just going to tear it in half so it fits on our bun. And then we're going to add a couple of pieces of your favorite bacon. Get it good and crispy. And then we're going to add some fresh arugula.
The finished product that you can make at home in just minutes.
It's not incredibly hard to recreate, which I think was another reason why it was selected. It's easy for the consumer to pick up and go. And I think it's a different flavor for a traditional burger.
The ingredients and recipe are being featured at most Kroger locations in Louisville and Lexington. Now, if you want to give the burger a try, but you're not so great of a cook or you just don't think you could get it right, you can actually get the burger here in Louisville at the Hard Rock Cafe through the month of May. Lee and Dia, back to you.
I'm not so sure about blueberries in a burger. I like everything else. But, I'll try anything. Hey, food stands are starting to open up.
Yes, that's a big part of the experience at Derby. It's not just sights and sounds.
Standing in line.
And standing in line. It tries your patience, but it's also taste is a big part of that. Now, Hannah Mordeau, she's out there doing a little sampling for us. Hannah's got the latest.
Yeah, I was. There is no going hungry here at the Derby, and there's everything from burgers to delicious desserts. I tried all I could, and here's why you guys should too.
I'm getting a Lobster Hut lobster sandwich.
Why's that?
Because every year I come here and I have to get one. It's kind of a tradition of mine.
Wow, it's awfully early in the day. You're not wasting any time.
I need to get it out of the way because the lines are through the roof afterwards.
Lay the bun like this, ready to go.
And that's it? Can I try a bite?
The best sandwich you'll ever eat.
Okay, let's see. It's a big sandwich. That's good.
We made it.
Of course it is. Thanks, guys. Is it busy during the Derby day?
Extremely. Nonstop from 11 a.m. until race time.
Seems like a lot of different foods here.
Absolutely. You can find anything you want. We have gumbo, hamburgers, hot dogs. You can find everything.
What kind of food is offered here?
We've got New York strip and roasted turkey is what we'll be carving today. And gosh, all kinds of other salads and cornbreads and, I mean, you know, anything you want.
I was going to say anything you want.
Of course, Derby pie. Derby pie is on the menu, absolutely.
It's going to be full by the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And the best chicken and fries are at this booth. Right here, do that. Right here. Very good. Some chicken? All right. Let's see. Oh, that really is good.
Lobster Hut, Churchill Downs, come get it. Lobster Miss Dawn, Hut. get up here, Miss Dawn. Sit down. Lobster.
Don't want to wait on it. That is wonderful. Thank you.
Now, that food will cost you, but I promise it's worth it. Guys, back to you.
It really is good.
Yeah, delicious, but she's right. The
It is
prices can be a little.
But
little
what's
much.
not costly is sticking right here. It's free, a free ride to Churchill Downs 141 for the Run for the Roses. We'll
right
be back.
there in the comfort of your own home.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us for LEX18's exclusive coverage of Kentucky Derby 141. And before we say goodbye, as we always do, our thanks to the best television crew in the Commonwealth.
No doubt. And thanks to you for staying with us all these years. If you hadn't liked what we were doing, we wouldn't still be here. So thank you for watching and all your great feedback we get. Be sure to join LEX18 for a wrap-up of all the day's fun coming up after NBC's coverage of Kentucky Derby 141. We leave you with a look back at what a great day we've had here at Churchill Downs.
Enjoy the race, everybody.
It has been an absolutely terrific day out here at Churchill Downs.
In my old Kentucky home.
Well, I made the dress, and they're hand-painted horses. We just decided to go big or go home this year.
If it gets back to them, they'll say, "Oh, come to Keith would never do that to me."
Just the southern hospitality has been delightful. We didn't say spill all day. Now watch, I'm going to spill something on myself. Thanks a lot.
Who is going to win the Derby this year?
Carpe Diem.
Frost.
American Pharaoh.
Reserve turf.